What if always needing more isn't ambition? What if it's the thing that's keeping you weak? People are always chasing more money, more success, more progress, a better house, a better body, a better life. And on the surface, it looks like strength, it looks like ambition. But there's a question that most people never ask. At what point does wanting more stop being ambition and start becoming dependence? Because if you always need the next thing to feel okay, then you're not really free. You're attached. Attached to progress, attached to achievement, attached to the idea that life will finally feel good when you get there. But the problem is, there is no there. There's always another level, another target, another version of your life that looks slightly better than this one. And every time you reach it, your mind moves the finish line. What used to feel like enough starts to feel normal. And once it feels normal, you need more again. That's the trap. You're not chasing the thing. You're chasing the feeling that you think the thing will give you. We often admire people who are never satisfied, always pushing, always building, always chasing the next achievement. And growth does matter, discipline matters. Wanting to improve your life is no bad thing, but there is a difference between wanting more and needing more. Wanting more can be healthy. Needing more means that your peace depends on something that you don't yet have. And that's a fragile way to live. Because what happens if the next thing doesn't come? What happens if progress slows? What happens if life interrupts the plan? You might not get the promotion, the business might not work, the opportunity might disappear. And if your happiness depends on those things happening, then your happiness is always at risk. That's not strength. That's instability dressed up as ambition. Real strength is different. It's being able to work to achieve more, but without being empty without it. It's being able to say, I want more, but I don't need more to feel okay. That's a much stronger position, because now you're not chasing from desperation, you're building from stability. There is real power in being able to look at your life as it is and say, this is enough. Not perfect, not finished, not everything you ever wanted, but enough. Enough to be grateful, enough to be steady, enough to live a meaningful life from here. That doesn't mean you stop trying. It doesn't mean you lower your standards. It means that your self-worth is no longer waiting for the next milestone. Because there are people out there who will achieve much more than you and still feel behind. There are people who will earn much more than you and still feel poor. There are people out there who will be admired by everyone but still not feel like enough to themselves. And that should tell you something. The problem isn't always how much you have. Sometimes the problem is the belief that more will finally make you feel complete. So maybe the real goal isn't to kill ambition. Maybe it's to stop using achievement as proof that you're worthy. To stop treating life like it only begins once everything improves. Because life is already happening. And if you can't find any peace here, you need to be careful. Because more might not save you. It might just give you a bigger life, but with the same restless mind. Accepting that you have enough isn't weakness, it isn't laziness, it isn't giving up. It's one of the strongest things a person can develop. Because the person who knows they already have enough can still grow, they can still develop, they can still aim higher. But they're not begging the future to make them whole. And that's freedom. Because wanting more isn't the problem. The problem is forgetting that what you already have might just be enough to live a good life. So here's the question. If you never achieved anything more than what you have right now, would you still be able to respect your life? Or would you realize you've been chasing more because you've never learned how to feel enough?